Thanksgiving dinner. Went dead silent when I revealed the $250,000 surgery money was for my brother, not me. Hi, I'm Elodie Ramsey, 34, and what happened last Thanksgiving still keeps me up at night. Not because of what they did to me but because of what they did to my little brother, and what I did to them when I finally snapped. If you think your family dinners are awkward, wait till you hear how one sentence at Thanksgiving made 23 people forget how to breathe. I waited until every plate was full, until Dad was carving the turkey like he was on TV, until Valerie was pouring her third glass of wine, until Cole was showing off his new Rolex to the cousins. Then I smiled, real sweet, and asked, "Hey, did the hospital already send the appointment letter for the $250,000 surgery?" Dad chuckled, wiping his mouth with the back of his hand. "Oh yeah, that came last week," he said, casual as ordering pizza. "But we used the money for Cole's 27th birthday trip to Vegas. Kid only turns 27 once, right?" The table erupted in laughter. Cole raised his glass. "Best parents ever." I set my fork down so gently the silver didn't even clink. "So," I said, voice soft, "I guess you still don't know who that surgery was actually for." 23 forks stopped moving at once. You could have heard snow falling outside. Dad's smile froze halfway up his face. Valerie's wine glass hovered an inch from her lips. Cole actually looked up from his phone for the first time all night. Because that $250,000 wasn't for me. It was for Cole, and they had just spent it on bottle service and bottle girls. Let me take you back, because this betrayal didn't start at the Thanksgiving table. It started the day I found out my little brother was dying, and nobody else cared enough to notice. I've always been the invisible daughter. When I was 12, Dad married Valerie. A year later, Cole was born. Blonde, blue-eyed, perfect smile, instant center of the universe. I became the built-in helper. The one who made sure homework got done while Valerie was at Pilates. The one who paid the credit card bill when Dad forgot. The one who never got asked how her day was. By 24, I was bankrolling the entire family. Cole's UNC tuition, his BMW, his downtown loft, his endless brand deals that never paid. I never said no, because Cole was the only person in that house who still hugged me. 11 months ago, he crashed at my place after a club. He was pale, sweating, couldn't close his fists. He laughed it off. "Old lacrosse injuries, Elle. I'm good." But I saw the swelling. I saw the pain in his eyes when he thought I wasn't looking. So while he slept it off, I did what any big sister would do. I ordered a home blood draw kit, took 2 vials while he snored, drove them to the lab myself at 6 a.m. 2 days later, Dr. Nolan Beckett, my ex-best rheumatologist in the state, called me. "Elodie, it's bad. Aggressive rheumatoid arthritis. He's in the tiny early window. Biologic infusions in the next 6 to 8 months equals 90% chance of full life. After that window closes, wheelchair, deformity, fentanyl." I didn't tell Cole. He'd panic. I didn't tell Dad. He'd call it growing pains. I didn't tell Valerie. She'd monetize it. I did the only thing I knew how to do. I fixed it. I created a revocable living trust. Beneficiary, Cole Ramsey. Purpose, medical expenses only. I poured every overtime check, every bonus, every vacation I never took into it. $250,000, the exact deposit Duke University Hospital required for the first year of treatment. I added one emergency clause. If I'm traveling, either parent can request funds with verbal confirmation plus follow-up email from me. I thought it was safe. I was wrong. Last month, while I was stuck in Denver on a project, Valerie called my private banker, full performance mode. Elodie's overseas. Cole's in crisis. She authorized me. Then I sent an email from elodie.corp.travel87@gmail.com. One letter different. The banker heard tears, saw the clause, and wired the entire $250,000 in one transfer. Where did it go? Not to Duke Hospital, to Cole's 27th birthday trip to Vegas, private jet, penthouse at the Bellagio, bottle service every night, a roulette table rented in his name, a custom fireworks show over the Strip. I opened Instagram at 3 a.m. in my hotel room. Cole's stories were live. Him screaming as he won $20,000 at blackjack. Him swimming in a pool of champagne bottles. Him grinning under fireworks that spelled Cole 27. He had no clue those fireworks were paid for with the money that was supposed to save his hands. I didn't sleep that night. I just stared at the ceiling and felt something inside me die. Thanksgiving was 3 weeks later. I flew home knowing everything. I wanted them to say it out loud. I wanted to hear the truth in their own voices. So I waited. Waited until Dad carved the turkey. Waited until Valerie bragged about Cole's epic birthday. Waited until Cole showed off the Rolex they bought with the last $18,000 of the trust. Then I asked my question. And the table died. Valerie recovered first. Elodie, honey, we thought the money was for your feminine issues. You're always complaining about cramps. Cole laughed nervously. Yeah, sis. We figured you were exaggerating for attention again. Dad nodded. We did what was best for the family. I pulled out my phone, showed them the diagnosis, showed them the trust document, showed them the forged email, showed them the Vegas receipts. Cole went white. That money was for me? Yes, I said. For the treatment that would have saved your hands. The window closed last week. He looked at his fingers like they were already gone. Valerie tried tears. We didn't know. We thought... You didn't ask? I cut in. You never ask. Dad stood up, voice shaking. Elodie, we can fix this. We'll get loans. No, I said. I stood up. I looked at Cole. I loved you enough to give you my future. You threw it away on fireworks. Then I looked at Dad and Valerie, and you helped him light the match. I walked to the front door. Daniel, my husband, finally spoke. Maya, wait. I paused, hand on the knob. I'm not leaving you, Daniel. I'm leaving them. There's a difference. I walked out. Snow was falling. I never looked back. 6 months later, Cole's first major flare hit in June. By August, he couldn't hold a phone. By October, he was on a walker. At 28, he qualified for SSDI, $842 a month. That was his entire income now. Dad and Valerie's house went into foreclosure the week before Christmas. Cole's BMW was repossessed. His penthouse evicted. Valerie took a night job stocking shelves. Dad sold his golf clubs to pay light bills. Cole moved back into his childhood bedroom, the one with the lacrosse posters still on the walls. I never answered a single call. I never opened a single text. I changed my number. I changed my name at work to my middle name. I disappeared from their world the same way they made me disappear from mine. Some people ask if I feel guilty. I don't. I feel free. Because the people who really love you, they don't spend your future on fireworks. They spend their future protecting yours. And if you're watching this and you're still paying for people who would watch you burn, stop. Today, you are allowed to choose yourself, because the second you do, the people who truly belong in your life will still be standing there. And the ones who leave, they never belonged in the first place. Drop a heart if you've ever had to walk away to save yourself. And subscribe because the next story is even crazier. This is Elodie Ramsey, and I'm finally free.